Welcome to CivilNet. Today we're joined by Paula Yacoubian. Paula was a member of the Lebanese parliament. She was elected in 2018 and famously resigned in the aftermath of the 2020 Beirut blast. Ms. Yacoubian has furthermore voiced support for the current protest movement in Lebanon. So, Ms. Yacoubian, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
I want you to first off explain to our watchers what the situation is like in Lebanon. We hear about currency devaluation, fuel shortages, power outages, unemployment, a brain drain. How would you describe what is happening right now in Lebanon?
It's whatever you said is very accurate, plus it's the total meltdown, financial meltdown. We have shortage in everything, in every way possible. Now we are also facing again a garbage crisis. So it's a perfect storm. It's a perfect storm where everything is hitting very bad. This country that was for a very long time in turmoil, but since I was born, never seen anything like that. Never seen this this desperation, this situation where people are looking for their basic needs. Sometimes we wake up and there's no bread. As you said, there's also a gasoline gas problem. You can see the lines on the gas station. It's mind-blowing.
And you resigned from parliament with some of your colleagues. Why did you decide to resign?
Well, that was the best decision I think anyone can take in politics, when you cannot be up to your promises, when you cannot, do change in people's life. I cannot imagine myself taking my salary and not delivering. So what was happening basically in this so-called parliament, that's not really a parliament. It's just, like a caserne for Nabih Berri, where he does whatever he wants. He decides everything. The voting is rigged all the time. He can start a session without even having a quorum. And there was a lonely voice in that parliament. We tried to work together with some MPs, but it was hopeless, because there's nothing you can do. It's a corrupt junta dividing, all the resources of this country between themselves, and when it comes to responsibility, no one wants to take responsibility. They just start the blame game, every party blaming the other party, every sect blaming the other sect, and taking the people with them in this crazy rhetoric. At the end, everything is just failing apart. The country is on its knees. So I thought, like, after the explosion, what am I still doing in this place? There's no institutions in Lebanon. And then when you try to change from within the institution, you see how difficult it is to do any breakthrough. I tried to pass more than 65 laws. Nothing. They don't want to do anything that is in the interest of people. They just want to protect the interest of the mafia. And everything bad is happening in that parliament, and it's covering the illegal arms of Hezbollah. It's just it's a Muppet show.
And in terms of politics, the sectarian party system in Lebanon is still in power, even after years of protests. President Michel Aoun has instructed former Prime Minister Najib Mikati to form a new government instead of former Prime Minister Saad Hariri. Do you think Mikati can bring changes to the Lebanese political system?
I think none of these people can bring change. What you need in Lebanon is reforms. And this mafia is unable of doing any reforms, not because they don't know how to do it. They just don't want to do it, because it comes on their expense. Whatever you need to reform in this country is somehow the mafia that is benefiting from the corruption, from the clientelism, from the favoritism, the creolism. So when you don't have reforms, there's nothing you can do. And since any government, even if they form it, I have serious doubt that they can form a government because they're not the decision makers. The decision is made in Iran recently. So, not very recently, since a very long time ago. So these mercenaries don't even have the ability to form a government, nor the will. And even if they have the will, they don't decide. It's the outside powers who always, had the leverage on all of them. And now more and more, Iran is with the U.S. They're into negotiations, and obviously Lebanon is one of these cards in Iran's hand. If they decide that we need to have a government, it will be we'll have a government in 5 minutes. Trust me, the names are not the issue. All these fake problems are not the real problem. The real problem is that Iran did not give the green light till now.
And many people forget that Lebanon has Armenian political parties represented in the parliament. You were an independent politician, but what is the situation regarding the Armenian political parties? Are they supporting the regime?
Well, they are part of the regime. They support the regime, and what's really surreal is that they support the regime, they cover everything they do, and then this same regime just leave them with almost nothing. They gave them the worst ministry with a budget of 0.0 something. They just, they give nothing back to the Armenian community, despite the fact that they are covering them. Now, if you want to dig into the details and see why the Armenian community is not getting anything of this, anything of the cake, let's say, that they slice between themselves, you will see that those who are in control of the biggest Armenian party, that is the Tashnak party, are so much corrupt that they cannot impose anything. Corrupt people cannot ask for better representation, or for a better portfolio, or a better ministry, or to have the same share and the same right into any nomination. Now, I belong to Tahaluf Watani. We are a non-sectarian, anti-establishment group. We are Lebanese from all kind of backgrounds, sects, religion, region, even classes. So I represent, and I proudly represent Tahaluf Watani, and I'm part of this coalition that is non-sectarian, that is fighting the whole corrupt junta. Part of this junta is today these parties. But I have to say something, if you allow me. When you are Armenian in Lebanon, most of us belong to these parties. My father was Tashnak. I remember my sister telling me, each time she repeats the story, she asked once her father, "Daddy, are you Tashnak?" And he told her, "What else can I be?" It was like the normal thing to do. What happened is that this party that is more than 100-year-old, that the diaspora, brought with them from their motherland, these parties are now represented by the worst corrupt people. These are thieves that took over the party. The party is not the problem. Those who are managing the party are the problem. Those who are deciding everything on behalf of the Armenian community, they are the problem. And believe me, more and more Armenians are voting against them just to eject these people, just to tell them, we don't want you anymore. We know you're corrupt and we don't want you anymore. Most of my votes were Armenians, despite the fact that there was a huge smear campaign from Tashnak and Henshak party against me. And despite this fact, Armenians took their cars, sometimes they used their ticket, because they distribute ticket planes for Armenians to come and vote, and they voted against them. And this is the way to improve things, to change things, is by using our democracy and our votes against the whole corrupt junta. And we're hoping that all the sects in Lebanon will do the same. The Shia, the Sunnis, the Christians, everyone. And Armenians are just like everyone else. We lost a land, we lost a country, we don't want to lose another one. This country gave us a lot. We are first-class citizens here. I get sometimes these people telling me, go back to Armenia, you're not Lebanese, and then you have all Lebanese telling them, no, we are all Lebanese, shut up. So these voices are being muted. And I'm very proud of my roots, and I'm very proud that my father did not kill, did not contribute in any bloodshed, that all his family suffered and he managed to be a good man, to do the right thing, to fight evil all his life. And most Armenians are known in Lebanon to be hardworking, trustworthy, very clean, very good people. And we need to get back this reputation that we had in the country. Any Lebanese will tell you, I will go to Burj Hamoud to buy gold, to buy artisanat, I don't know how to say it in English, because this reputation of the Armenian to be, you know, a good handicraft and good people that contributed a lot to the Lebanese economy. Now we've even lost our good reputation, let's say, because of some few Armenians that came to power, and they were just like the rest of the Lebanese mafia, unfortunately.
And we're noticing here in Yerevan more and more Lebanese Armenians arriving, more and more Lebanese Armenians moving to Armenia. Do you think we're going to see more of that? And also, do you think that Armenian organizations inside and outside Lebanon have been providing assistance to the population there?
You know, the assistance is not very big, but I'm very proud to tell you that lots of Armenians from the diaspora also and from Lebanon are helping a lot the Lebanese community. You will see more and more Lebanese Armenians in Yerevan because things here are very bad and they're not the only ones to leave. Each and every Lebanese is leaving. So you can tell that every day I have people asking me for visas. They're asking me for visas for any place. They want to go to Europe, they want to go to America, they want to go to the Gulf countries. Everyone is dreaming of going to Dubai right now, or anywhere where they can have some security and some money. There's no more jobs in Lebanon, things are very bad, internet is bad, and the problem is that we don't have hope for the future. So when you are in this situation, people want to leave, and most Armenians have Armenian passports right now, and this is also helping them to go to Yerevan, just like, you know, any other Armenian citizen. My sister has a house in Armenia, and she has a piece of land, and she has an Armenian passport. So just like I think around 26,000 Lebanese Armenian who have Armenian passport. There's also a community that's not Armenian, that's trying to have the Armenian passport. Some of them had you know, a grandparent. Most of them don't have a young in their family, and they're trying also to secure the passport. It's a kind of security for the Lebanese right now. And it's the same for each and every community.
And finally, Paula, elections are due in Lebanon next year, I believe. Do you think they will bring any change to the country? And finally, you have been on the forefront of this movement to change the situation in Lebanon. Do you have hope?
For the first time after 2018 elections, I was really I was hopeless, I was desperate. I thought like nothing will change, that the Lebanese people are again voting for the same corrupt system. However, when the revolution happened in October 17, this is when I regained hope, and I thought, no, there is something we can do. Something is brewing. The mindset is changing. The sectarian game is not winning anymore. It's not paying back anymore. The fear mongering is not working. You know, the belonging slogans, all of that is not paying back anymore. So I'll tell you, yes, I have high hopes in the elections. However, I'm not sure that they will do the elections. Last time they stayed 9 years without doing the elections. This time they know that Lebanese people are against them. They hate them. They are looking for, you know, each and every way possible to tell the corrupt junta that they hate them, to tell them that they are against the political caste in Lebanon and all of them. So if elections happens, I'm sure it will bring change, huge change. They are trying to spread that there will be no change, just minor change in the Christian arena. It's not true at all. You will see all sects will do the same thing, the same, we call it in French, vote sanction, like voting against them and voting to uproot them. And if it's not happening in the parliamentary election, we are seeing it in syndicate elections, in the university elections. It's the country is completely somewhere else, and we are seeing statistics too, and statistics are very, very bad for the political parties, those who are in power, not all political parties.
Well, Ms. Yacoubian, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and it's a pleasure talking to you.
And thank you for joining us. Of course. And thank you for joining us in CivilNet.